Hello, everybody. Welcome along. This is the Saturday Superstream, and it is round, is that right? 20 in the championship? It might be round 21. I think I might need to change that number up there. But anyway, we're here, and we're starting slightly later than normal. I've been a busy bee, and I've been at work, but I've managed to get back. Yeah, it is round 21 in the championship. So we will change the title of the banner. What an inauspicious start. So it's gone 3 p.m. We have started. We don't have any goals yet, but I think it's probably remiss of me to play where is the first goal coming. We will ignore all the usual plugs and just get straight into the action because today we've got FA Cup second rounds. I think there's 13 of them, although one of them is already finished. You'll be able to see that along the ticker. It was Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. In the Premier League, it was West Ham 3, Chelsea 2. And in the Championship, it was Coventry 1, West Brom 2 earlier. Last night on the Watchalong in the Championship as well. The big clash of the Titans ended Fulham 1, Bournemouth 1. Let me know who your team's got today, what your expectations are. We already have a goal down at AFC Wimbledon, an all-League One game there in the FA Cup. Wimbledon 0, Cheltenham 1, an early lead for Cheltenham. Alfie May, whose name's come up on the Superstream a few times this season already, is the goal scorer. Keep your comments coming in throughout the show as I try and get my head round everything. Let's just have a quick little look at that Chelsea-West Ham game. Fantastic win for West Ham. David Moyes has done such a brilliant job there to have them so competitive in the Premier League. Look, they won 3-2 there. Thiago Silva had given Chelsea the lead in the first half. Lanzini with the equaliser. Then Mason Mount with a 44th minute goal to put Chelsea 2-1 up. Bowen and Masuaku in the 87th minute there, giving Chelsea, or rather West Ham, the win. And Chelsea, one of those big three up at the top of the Premier League table who don't lose very often, do they? We're expecting a bit of a gap probably between third place and fourth place up in the Premier League this season. So well done, West Ham. A really good win for the Happy Hammers and David Moyes. In terms of the Championship, a very good weekend so far for West Brom. Obviously, West Brom knew that there was going to be points dropped for Fulham and Bournemouth last night. That was a draw, so that's pretty much the perfect result for West Brom and QPR. And, of course, QPR don't play until tomorrow. So West Brom have done exactly what they needed to do, taken full advantage, 2-1 win for West Brom. Let me know if you watched that one on Sky Sports over lunchtime. I did not. I was out working, so you'll have to smarten me up on that one. I have seen the very handbally looking second goal as well, but there we go. I'll say my usual line. If only there was a video referral system we could use to check goals after they've scored and help out referees. Carlin Grant, and that one's gone down as a McFadzean own goal there. That helps the referees with decisions like that, doesn't it? Stick it down as an own goal, and nothing in the laws about that, right? McFadzean himself got one back in the 83rd minute, but wasn't going to be enough for Coventry, who fall to defeat, actually. Look at that for Coventry now, down to 6th in the Championship. Stoke don't play, of course, until tomorrow. They play QPR. So it all looks all right. No one can catch Coventry today. Stoke can catch Coventry tomorrow. Coventry have been in the playoffs for the longest time, haven't they? But potentially, depending, a difficult game for Stoke. They're playing away at QPR. Potentially could drop out for the first time in probably a couple of months. Coventry, let me know your thoughts. Let's go to some comments. Kinky, up the ding. Carroll Master. Reading fans love Andy Carroll, don't they? You love to see it. What else have we got? Lee, if we get Berger back, it'll be the best sign in the league. Is he coming back soon, Lee? Oh, we got a goal in the Championship. Woof. Just as soon as I go to the comments, and it's a goal. Oh, it's been disallowed. Hull City had the ball in the net, we think, down at Reading, who Kinky Monkey was talking about there. Hull are looking for their 5th straight win. They are standout, best winning streak in the division. In the FA Cup, I believe that's the cup game, Doncaster 1, Mansfield 0. Doncaster changed their manager this week. McSheffrey probably looking like a good start for him. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 0. By the way, my lot, Ipswich, have got Barrow at home in the FA Cup. So I think we all know what I'm fearing today. Actually, do you know what? I'd rather lose than have the replay and the trip up to Barrow. But hey, Ipswich have already had a cup replay against Oldham this season. Sam, welcome. Saxbend, another Superstream. Here we go. Pick me. Good afternoon. Gig goer. Yes, thank you very, very much. There's a company in the local choir over at the retirement home there. Bless them. It's all very cute. They had the craft fair over there and I was playing the piano for them. So there we go. Owen, long time since Forest have been covered in a Superstream. Who have they got today, Owen? I can't see him on the screen. Good. Distraction for me because we have a goal in one of only 2 League One games. We got Fleetwood and Accrington. We got Sunderland and Oxford. That's a big one. And we got a goal in that one. It is Sunderland 1, Oxford 0. Remember last week on the Superstream, we had a whole slew of top of the table League One clashes. Here's another one. And there is the opening goal. Sunderland have taken the lead. Let's just take a look at the live League One table. We'll be able to get our heads around it much easier today. Leon Dajaku is the goal scorer. Excuse me if I've butchered the pronunciation of that name. It will not be the first or last time, but much easier picture in League One today. So have a look at the live league table. Sunderland with that goal going to be moving up to 4th. They've got games in hand as well. And are we on for another leaky streak coming now? Looks like another good point scoring streak. But look at Oxford. They've been in fine form as well. 11 points in 5 for them. They are behind. It was Brandon Horton was the goal scorer for Doncaster against Mansfield. Let me know if I got that right about McSheffrey. I think is the new Donny manager, isn't he? After Richie Wellens, wasn't it? Was the previous manager there. Came on loan at Ipswich, actually. Accrington and Fleetwood in the other game. A win for Fleetwood won't take them out of the bottom 4, but they can go above. Gillingham, a win for Stanley. Let's have a look at the goal difference. Oh, they're bad on the goal difference, aren't they? So it could take them level on points with Cheltenham and Ipswich. Woof. There we go. Let's go to some more comments here. Dallas, does Newcastle finally break the logjam, get a much needed result? I think they might do today. But every time we've thought that this season, they haven't. Cambridge 0, Exeter 1. Does that count as our first possible cup upset of the day? Exeter obviously a division down from Cambridge. Cambridge promoted from League 2 into League 1. Sorry, I've put that the wrong way around. Exeter have the lead against Cambridge. Cambridge 0, Exeter 1. Forgive me. Actually, I've taken that off the screen. So you won't see it the wrong way around. There we go. Cambridge 0, Exeter 1. Right, let's try and get through these comments. Jake, currently watching Newcastle Burnley win for the Mags. Be bad news for Norwich. Yeah, our Norwich friends are going to want to draw in that one, aren't they? Both teams to drop points. Come on, City, says Annie. Come on, United, says the Blades way. Newcastle Burnley, a very big game. Iain, great to be back in the Superstream. Saturday off, beat Stockport last night. Ian's Rotherham are on a fine old winning run at the moment. Their muscle memory has well and truly kicked in for them. Afternoon, Nick, must win for us today, says Lee for the Blades. Mike, am I doing a watch on for tomorrow's game? Not entirely sure what's happening tomorrow. There's a chance I might, actually, for QPR and Stoke. Depends how early I get up and how quickly I get my writing done. So there we go. Afternoon, Robert. Afternoon, DJ. Samuel McSheffrey, caretaker job. Eyes, Forest started off well. Oh, Andy, sorry, I hadn't seen your super chat there. That's probably coming in about 10 minutes ago. My bad. I'll raise a glass of tea, a cup of tea. Andy, £2 on the super chat there. Come on, you Rams, keep fighting. Love the vid, yeah. Some ominous headlines for Darby and HMRC and all of that jazz yesterday. So, yeah, we hope there's a recovery in whatever form that looks like for Darby. Carlisle 0, Shrewsbury 1 in the FA Cup. Carlisle 0, Shrewsbury 1. That's a League 2 against a League 1. Shrewsbury have the lead up in the north against Carlisle. And whilst with Guy Havard, Tom Bloxham is the goal scorer there for the Shrews. Millwall have taken the lead at the Den. In the Championship, it's Millwall 1, Birmingham 0. That is our first. We think Hull might have had the ball in the net, but that is our first Championship goal. And it's come at the Den, and Millwall have the lead. Millwall 1, Birmingham 0. Did we get through your comments, for goodness sakes? Afternoon, Jay. Sam, 6 minutes. Everyone figure, yeah. Poor Arthur, yeah. Dreadful news. So yeah, get your tributes in for that poor little lad, Arthur. It's one of those things where I know it needs to be talked about, but I don't really like thinking about it, to be honest. Murray Wallace is the goal scorer for Millwall. Murray Wallace. Just watched Moyes' press conference. He's not happy. If I were him, I would be buzzing. Well, there you go. I'd be happy after beating Chelsea, but there we go. Good starts for Forest and Swansea, says Dan. Yeah, some tributes to poor little Arthur. There, well done, you lot in the chat. Millwall goal, I think we have caught up. Well done, guys, for all of those tributes. Yeah, horrible story. Doesn't really bear thinking about, especially just having become a father just a few months ago. Dearie me. Yeah, one more from Logan there and one from Glenn as well. Just a dreadful story. So thank you for all your tributes. Forgive me. I'll move on for it because it does make me feel a little bit sick even thinking about it. So well done for all your tributes, guys. I'll click on all of them as and when they come up. So a few goals so far in the Superstream. In the Championship, Millwall lead. In the FA Cup, Cheltenham lead. And Sunderland took the lead in League 1 as well, didn't they? Shrewsbury leading in the FA Cup. All ticking along the bottom. Exeter winning at Cambridge is possibly the upset so far of the day in the FA Cup. Sorry for the goal, but thanks for the tribute, Millwall. Yeah, absolutely. I think, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, people often can't see the wood for the trees when it comes to football and can't put the football to one side. But yeah, in rubbish situations like this one with poor little Arthur, everyone seems able to, which is only natural, but a good thing, I guess. About 3:15 here. How is your team going so far? Let me know if you're watching a stream by whatever means necessary or listening on the radio. Keep updated or keep us updated on your game. Anir, an even start at Ashton Gate. Sam, kind thoughts for after. Sorry, bringing it up. We're all yeah, we are absolutely. Aren't we? Walsall 0, Swindon 1 in the FA Cup. Walsall 0, Swindon 1. Swindon take the lead just off the M6 there. I'm sure most of us have driven past the Walsall ground. I've been there, actually. I saw Ipswich win there way back in the day. Jay, Luton playing well but not scoring. Sounds familiar. Yes, it does. The Swindon goal scorer, familiar one to me, is Tyrese Simpson. And he's on loan from Ipswich. He's doing very well, actually. Well done to Tyrese Simpson. He has given Swindon the lead. Walsall, ref, heavily pro-Burnley at the moment. Jake's words, not mine. I'm not watching that one. Terriers Hub, not that good, hopefully. Huddersfield can do better. Liam, afternoon, Ben. Tough fixture up at the Riverside. Stephen, conditions are terrible at Ewood Park. Saxben, currently walking along the Uxbridge Road past an empty Kian Prince Foundation Stadium there. That took a while, didn't it? Gerson Sky for making me wait another day while you were all having fun. We're having a lovely old time here, aren't we? A fair few goals going through so far. It's quite a long ticker along the bottom, so it may be easiest, particularly for the quick flash updates, to do it like this. You can see in the Premier League, no goals yet. West Ham, brilliant stuff. They won 3-2. In the FA Cup, Morecambe beat Buxton earlier on. Cheltenham lead at Wimbledon. Exeter lead at Cambridge. Shrewsbury lead at Carlisle. Doncaster are leading at home to Mansfield. Swindon lead at Walsall. In the Championship at lunchtime, West Brom won at Coventry. It's a good weekend so far for West Brom. That gap has closed up on Bournemouth, of course, by 2 points, and on Fulham by 2 points. That's been a rare occurrence, the Baggies making up points. Speaking of the Championship, we got a goal, everybody, and we got a goal at Ashton Gate. Bristol City 1, Derby County 0. Bristol City take the lead on 16 minutes. Derby do not score many goals, so I don't know what that means as pertains to the Rams. Bristol City don't win that many home games either, so we'll see how that one pans out. But the Robins have the lead. Bristol City 1, Derby County 0 down in BS3. Dickie Davis, they've just gone to on Sky, so we'll get the goal scorer. Alex Scott, the youngster, sort of a number 10 or a inside forward, whatever formation Nigel Pearson's playing that day. He is the goal scorer, certainly a very promising young player, one of a few very good young players at Bristol City. Alex Scott gives City the lead. Do you know what? We will go to the live league table because I was just kind of sweeping around everything. And now that goal's gone in, a little bit more meat on the bone in the Championship. So you can see poor old Derby, 21 points deducted down at the bottom there. They are heading for defeat as things stand. If Reading, as things stand in their game, are level, pick up a point there, Derby will be 20 points adrift. There are 25 games to go after today. The seemingly impossible task here for Derby with a 21 points deduction. Bristol City looking good for them. They're going to move on to 26 points and just join the bottom of that mad group of teams there. You can see as things stand, Bristol City in 18th, only 4 points off Millwall, who are leading as well in 8th. So all massively trafficated there. How's that for a word? It's not a word, is it? But there we go. What else are we saying in the chat here? Yeah, you're right, Colm. Hit the like button while you're here. That's the only problem with starting at 3. No time for the normal pluggery. What else are we saying? Jay, respect to Blues and Millwall for stopping play. Yeah, the horrible story. Rightly, everyone's paying tribute today. Get in, says Annie, reacting to that Bristol City goal. Weather conditions at Buxton was a track. Where is Buxton? Is it in Derbyshire? I think I might have been there actually when I was younger. There we go. Welcome, Jonathan. Lenny Wilkes had the ball in the net, but McGuinness marginally offside in the build-up. So Hull looking for a magnificent 5th straight victory. They did have the ball in the net, but disallowed there for McGuinness. Straying into an offside position. Whilst it's relatively quiet, let's just do a couple of plugs. Keep your comments coming. Share your knowledge, drive the debate. We'll try and read the best ones there. Try and sort my neck out while we're doing that. Please hit like if you're watching the stream, and think about hitting subscribe. 20,000 subscribers on the channel now. Magnificent stuff. Great effort from all of you lot. You can support financially if you so desire. All of the stuff I just listed is free, but if you want to help out, this will always be free on YouTube, but you can support via Super Chat or Super Sticker. Just hit the dollar button next to where you leave your comments, or you can get involved over on Patreon, patreon.com. Timely there. Goal in the FA Cup. Leyton Orient 1, Tranmere 0. The Orient have taken the lead there. Orient 1, Tranmere 0. Let's go back to your comments. Glenn, hope you and the family are doing well. Got a little one on the way this month. Congratulations, Glenn. Hope it all goes off all right. Derbyshire, yeah, Peak District. There we go. Nightmare for signal. First world problems. There we go. Been to Buxton once. They have a nice opera house. Well, very classy. Some culture there from Saxbend. There, Derby offering nothing at the moment down at the gate. Daryl, Derbyshire, not far from me. Watched Buxton a few times. A couple of ex-Blades for them today. Did themselves proud. Were they on the TV then, Buxton and Morecambe? I guess they probably were in the early kick. Is it ITV or BBC got that? Something that sounds like Buxton is Burton. It's only one letter different. Is that all right for a link? Burton 1, Port Vale 0, and Cambridge 1, Exeter 1. So Cambridge have equalised and Burton have taken the lead. Burton 1, Port Vale 0. Cambridge are back level with Exeter. Both of those games in the FA Cup second round. Let me know how your team is getting along, especially if they're in the FA Cup. Ryan Leake is the goal scorer for Burton. We had a bit of a lull there, didn't we? 7 minutes without a goal in any of our games there. Ryan Leake is the goal scorer. Leake sprung the defence. I'm here all week. Don't worry, I don't have to do jokes, do I? Jamie Ward plays for them, Buxton. Yeah, he's been around. Steve, I used to go clubbing in Buxton when I was too scared to go to Manchester or Sheffield. You love to see it. Jake, Burnley, marginally the better of the sides in the Premier League. I'm sure Clinton Morrison is telling us much the same on Sky Sports. He is on the screen now. And here, 18% possession, and we're ahead. It's not size, it's what you do with it in terms of possession, of course. Blackpool hit the post, says Stephen, going close to taking the lead against Luton. Adam May was the goal scorer for Cambridge. Cambridge level with Exeter City. Now you can see your goals all ticking along down the bottom there. Let me just do a quick little sweep again. So just to wrap up the championship, because we didn't quite do it. Last night, 1-1 in the big one between Fulham and Bournemouth. So let me get that banner off the screen so you can read that a bit clearer. Lunchtime kickoff today. Cov 1, Baggies 2. So far, Bristol City lead against Derby and Millwall lead against Birmingham. In League One, there's only 2 games. Oh, I didn't notice that. Fleetwood have had a red card. Fleetwood still without manager. I don't know if they've got... Dan Batty has been red carded. It's just come up on the screen there. As if Accrington isn't a hard enough place to go. They're going to have to do it with 10 men. Dan Batty has been red carded for Fleetwood. If anyone knows the manager situation at Fleetwood, smart me up, please, in the chat. So in the FA Cup, Morecambe won earlier at Buxton. Cheltenham lead at Wimbledon. Burton lead against Port Vale. Cambridge and Exeter is 1-1. Carlisle 0, Shrewsbury 1. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 0. Who else have we got? Orient 1, Tranmere 0, Walsall 0. Swindon 1, goal in the championship. Middlesbrough 1, Swansea 0. Chris Wilder is looking for back-to-back wins for the Borough. And the Borough have taken the lead. They've been fairly free scoring. I think they've got a couple in each of their last 3 games possibly, Borough, and they lead again today. Just starting to get going under Chris Wilder, aren't they, the Borough? And they have the lead. Let's go back to your comment. Shay saves into the post. Isaiah Jones is the goal scorer for Borough. He's been playing wing back, but he's obviously got forward and scored today. Dale, Fulham and Bournemouth still only conceded 3 first-half goals. The 2 joint best defences in the league. It was West Brom going in today, but West Brom did concede themselves. Chat smashing it with Buxton knowledge. You love to see it. Callum played well against a strong former Premier League team. Second goal was handball, but we had a goal given for a debatable handball earlier in the season. Deserved the point. We go again next week, absolutely. Well said. Referees need help. It was handball, wasn't it? Clearly hits Cedric Kipray's hand. And I think the minute get out for the powers that be here with this one is it then deflects off McFadzean and goes in. But come on, where all of us come from, that's a handball, isn't it? And we need assistance for the referees. I'm going to keep saying it every week until I'm blue in the face, even if it's just the goals and we can't do full VR. Review the goals. The ball goes in the goal, review it automatically. I don't know. There we go. Right, what else have we got? Get in, said Stephen, celebrating that Borough opening goal. Did I put that up on the ticker? Yes, I did. Tony, even though there's no Bees game today, I thought I'd join you. Finally got membership sorted out. Hoping to get to my first live game for a while. Sounds good to me, Tony. I still haven't been to the new stadium at Brentford. Annoyingly, I got offered press box once, but couldn't make it as well. Worth. Andy, what a great question. What do I do with all the notes that I write down? Well, you just have this ridiculous pad full of notes. I'll auction it off for charity. I'm sure that'll raise about £2. Robert, worry for Birmingham. We rarely come back from a goal down. Fair point. Fair point indeed. Who's going to do better today out of Ben Brereton, Diaz, and Sean Housery, Maguire? I think we got a goal in the Premier League. The dramatic pause. You love to see it. Goal in the Premier League. Southampton 1, Brighton 0. And for all the love that Graham Potter gets, they're not in very good form at the moment, Brighton, are they? They're a goal behind here. Armando Broja has scored. I believe he's on loan from Chelsea down at Saints. And he's given them the lead. And predictably after that red card, Stanley have taken the lead at home to Fleetwood. That's going to be a long afternoon now for Fleetwood up at Accrington with 10 men. So Saints lead against Brighton, 1-0 Southampton, and Accrington in League One. That's one of only 2 League One games. They lead against Fleetwood. We're just awaiting the goal scorer there. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's just bring up the live Premier League table, see where that leaves Southampton and Brighton and our dearly departed friends down there, particularly Norwich, Watford, Leeds fans. Southampton have jumped a few places with that one, weren't they? Started the day on 15 points, Saints, and look, jumping all the way up to 11th. Obviously, still a lot of football to be played this weekend in the Premier League. Ethan Hamilton is your goal scorer for Accrington. Remember, Fleetwood down to 10. Dan Batty, straight red card. We should be 2-0 up, says Annie. Andy, I'd bid. Andy, you can already have it for your super chat earlier. There you go. Give me your address. I'll send it to you. I just need to check I haven't written anything dodgy or private down on the pad during the day. Ninja, disappointed about the result today from a cough point of view. Should have been better, I think. Saints goal for Southampton. Excellent save. Shay, sounds like Luton are a bit under the cosh from what we're hearing from our Luton friends in the chat against Blackpool. Still 0-0 there. Ben Brereton Diaz or Emil Rees. I'm with Mr. Brereton at the moment, but both having a good season, aren't they? Accrington is south of Fleetwood. Just saying. Is it? I wouldn't have thought. There we go. Goal at the Wham. Anyone heard? Anyone playing Whamageddon? Anyone heard Last Christmas without playing it themselves? Actually, what do you think of the Ed Sheeran and Elton John Christmas song? I thought it was jolly good, actually, and a very funny video as well. So, looks like Christmas number one for Ipswich Town sponsor, Ed Sheeran. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm going to wipe the sweat from my brow. Barrow have just had a goal disallowed against Ipswich. Ipswich nearly going a goal down at home to Barrow. I do not want Ipswich to lose against Barrow today in the FA Cup second round, for God's sake. Poor Napper's on an open terrace watching 10 men cods. Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Luton, 5 changes through injury and sickness need to settle. Absolutely. Sounds like their tummies need to settle. Blades are all over Cardiff. Don't you dare Whamageddon us, Mr. Bloom. So if I sing Last Christmas, does that count as your Whamageddon? Once bitten and twice shy, but you still catch my eye. I don't know the words. Last Christmas, gave you my heart. Honestly, Ben, stop making jokes that are way past my bedtime. We're all friends here and here. Does that count as Whammy? Surely you need to hear the great George Michael singing that song. Not me, for it to be true. Whamageddon. Surely it should be Mariah Carey-ageddon. That's the one, isn't it? That's the Christmas song. Covers are okay, are they? Okay, if I just Whamageddoned all of you. Rules say it has to be the recording. There you go. Wham, Ram, Andy. Love you, Wham. Love your Wham impression. Please don't clip it, Owen. For God's sake. That's Whamageddon, everybody. Aldershot 1, Altrincham 0. That's not FA Cup. Is it? We haven't had a goal in the last 3-4 minutes. Dearie me, I gave it to someone special. Damn it, Ben, gonna have that song in my head now. Well, that's a tribute to the great George Michael, isn't it? Who, do you know what? I did a stint in Camden. I worked in Camden every Wednesday and Thursday night for about 2-3 years, actually. And I'm sure you'll know it if you know London. You drive down the hill where George Michael used to live. And bless him, there were new flowers there every week, flags from all around the world. What a great contribution George Michael made for music, didn't he? Did you know you could didn't know you could sing? Not as well as George Michael, for goodness sake. There we go. Wonderful voice. There we go. I once sang a cover of that on YouTube in the middle of March. It's gone now. There we go. Cardiff changed it to sub. Yeah, I think every club's been. I remember going to Norwich once to see Norwich versus Brentford. Went to see my sister as well. And the Brentford fans were hilarious. They sang, we gave it this year to save me from tears. I gave it to Sergi Canos. They sang that for about half an hour. It was one of those ones where a certain set of fans just keeps on singing and singing, don't they? There you go. Ebanks Landell. Modest, Ben. Some would disagree, Stephen. Come on, lads. Give us a goal. There we go. Oh, bad news, Barnsley. I predicted this one, though. Barnsley 0. Huddersfield 1. And, like buses, 2 come at once. Cardiff 1. Sheffield United 0. 2 goals in the Championship. Back to back there. So, Steve Morrison's Cardiff have the lead at Sheffield United. And Carlos Corberon's Huddersfield, Barnsley look in real relegation trouble. We're coming up to game 23 and the halfway mark. They are miles adrift. Barnsley, Steve Morrison's on a good run as Blaze manager. Obviously, Paul Heckingbottom in his second game is behind. Lewis O'Brien, highly rated central midfielder, is the goal scorer for Barnsley. I'm just waiting on the Cardiff goal scorer. Johnny Phillips is now doing that on Sky. So I think we are going to find out in just a second. Barnsley 0, Huddersfield 1, and Cardiff 1, Sheffield United 0. Mark Harris, one of Morrow's youngsters there. Okay, he was debuted before by McCarthy, I think, last season. Mate, you know what? He might have even... Anyone really knows about Cardiff? I think Mark Harris might have made his debut under Neil Harris. In fact, I think he did, didn't he? We would have covered it on the Superstream here during COVID, wouldn't we? Also, there was a second goal there, just snuck in. Orient scored as well. Leyton Orient lead 2-0 against Tranmere, and Wimbledon have equalised against Cheltenham. A little glut there of goals. Our first one of the day. Oh, crikey. Walsall have equalised as well against Swindon. We just had 5 goals in the space of about a minute. We'll try and keep up. Omar Beckles has scored for Leyton Orient. I saw Omar Beckles play at Wembley for Shrewsbury against Rotherham in the playoff final in 2018, 19. Someone will tell me. Is Iain in the chat? He would have been at that game. Tell me what year was I at Wembley? I can't remember. Equalising goal for Sunderland. For Oxford, excuse me. Sunderland were leading. Sunderland 1, Oxford 1. Up there in the top echelons of League One. Only 2 games in League One today. Sunderland had taken the lead. The Jaku had scored, and we're just waiting on the equalising goal. Joe Aribo has scored for Rangers. So what I wanted to say is I've also seen Joe Aribo play at Wembley in a League One playoff final for Charlton against, who was that against? Sunderland. There you go. We're going round and round in ever-decreasing incestuous circles here. Ayub Assal, he scored last week, didn't he, for Wimbledon on the Superstream, I think. He scored again today. Osadebe has scored. Emmanuel Osadebe was the goal scorer for Walsall, cancelling out Tyrese Simpson's opener in the FA Cup. Walsall 1, Swindon 1. Matty Taylor is the goal scorer, good goal scorer actually for Oxford, former Bristol Rovers and Bristol City player. One of the few to transfer from Bristol Rovers to Bristol City, I believe. I'm sure someone will name me another player who's done exactly the same in the chat. But he has equalised for Oxford United. If we get a gap, I'll go to the live League One table. We also should probably have a look. It's not going to be pretty for the Barnsley fans at the bottom of the Championship live table as well. Let's do that right now, because if I do that, no doubt a load of goals will fly in. And you guys love goals, don't you? Look how dire this is getting for Barnsley now. They're losing. They're going to be 9 points adrift. We are 2 games from the halfway mark now. Not good at all. And Cardiff are doing it again. Cardiff, Hull and Reading have all been in pretty decent form the last 4 games or so. And that has not helped Barnsley and Peterborough down there in the bottom 3. Let's take a quick look at the live League One table, see what that equaliser means for Oxford and Sunderland. If I can not be incompetent and click on the right button on SofaScore. Here we go. Here they come, the beautiful ones. There you go. So that closes things right up again. Sunderland 2 points off, Oxford 1 point on 33 and 36. If you look there, Oxford have actually got game in hand on Plymouth and Wickham a few places above. Not looking badly placed, Oxford, and in good form for a fair wee while now, Oxford. Sunderland have been very streaky. Almost like their manager's got a reputation for it. Anyway, poor old Streaky Lee. Got to stop tarring him with that blood. 2018, the Richard Wood game. There you go. So it would have been the next year I was there watching Joe Aribo. What are we saying? 2 in a row. Glut, glut, glut. Yes, it was indeed. Double South Yorkshire whammy. Preston coming close as well in their game. Stephen, surprised we haven't conceded yet. Sounds like Luton have been well under the cosh from what Stephen's been telling us. He's watching Blackpool versus Luton. Lewis O'Brien. Kissy eyes at Lewis O'Brien. Absolutely. Remember, Terriers Hub, heavily linked with Leeds United, Carlos Corberon's former club in the summer. And I think there was a big bid went in, but he's one of the younger players there. Right, big goal in the Premier League. How bad a news is this for our Norwich friends and our Watford friends? I don't know. You tell me. Newcastle 1, Burnley 0. It's certainly bad for Burnley. Newcastle 1, Burnley 0. Our Newcastle finally going to win a game. We're in December, for God's sake. Are they finally going to win a game? We think Newcastle have taken the lead against Burnley. Real fun and games down at AFC Wimbledon. They were 1-0 down. They're 2-1 up now. They've turned it around before half-time. So if anyone had backed half-time Cheltenham and full-time Wimbledon, they'll be a bit annoyed, I suspect. It's happened in double quick time within the space of one half. We're waiting for the Wimbledon goal scorer. Ollie Palmer is the scorer for Wimbledon on 41. Newcastle lead in the Premier League. Do you know what? I'm going to jump straight back to the live Premier League table. See how that looks, particularly for our Norwich and Watford dearly departed friends. In fact, that's very bad for Norwich. Puts them back at the bottom of the league. Callum Wilson, guess who is the goal scorer for Newcastle? Everyone is tied up too tight there on 10 points in the bottom. The entire bottom three on 10 points. Of course, Norwich and Burnley will have a hand. And hilariously, unless you're a Blackpool fan, we've been hearing about all of these missed chances for Blackpool. Luton have only gone and taken the lead, haven't they? Luton lead at Blackpool now. Luton 1 up at Blackpool, and Millwall have gone 2-0 up against Birmingham. I think it's Robert who was saying in the chat, Birmingham rarely come back from a goal down. Well, bad news, Robert. They're 2 down now, Blues, down at Millwall. And Luton, we think possibly against the run of play, have taken the lead up at Bloomfield Road. Sonny Bradley is the goal scorer. That sounds like a set play if Sonny Bradley, the big centre-half, is scoring for Luton. Andy Walker is now telling us, or probably telling you, I've got my earphones in, all about it. Tell her about it on Sky. Craig Johnston has scored for Montrose. Remember Craig Johnston, who used to play for Liverpool, the great Aussie winger? Tom Bradshaw is the goal scorer for Millwall. Millwall looking very good. They are 2-0 up, Mill. Let's have a look at the live championship table and see what that's going to do for Luton, Blackpool, and indeed Millwall and Birmingham. Take a look at that. Millwall going to be, well, comfortably now. They're 2-0 up. Going to be a first win in 5 if they can see this 2-goal lead they've got out. You can see Millwall there in 9th. Luton are moving up to 11th. They're looking at a 3-pointer. Blackpool going to be dropping into the bottom half there in 13th. Birmingham, 17th. Bristol City are going to be moving level on points with them. 3-point swing for those 2 particular teams. Today, what else are we saying? Forest are playing terribly, says Owen. That doesn't sound good. Alex, legend. He came on the channel, didn't he, to talk posh? Peterborough still not losing away from home. We're doing wonderful. Year before Paul Hurst, apparently, Annie, Paul Hurst had already cleared his desk before that playoff final. So, yeah. Well, you make your own judgments based on that type of behaviour, but there we go. Ninja, who do you think will go up from League 2? God, pass on that one. I'm just about getting my head around League 1, but I wouldn't profess to be able to know about League 2 as well enough to make a reasoned call on that one. Everyone sing a Christmas song at a Christmas special round table. I am all over that, David. That sounds very entertaining to me. Dan, Preston have to win this one. Frankie and the fans, no, we can't lose 2 local derbies. Preston and Blackburn today. Blackburn doing well. Robert, I'm faster than Sky Sports at the moment. Well, there we go. Jeff slowing down in his old age. Hey, he can only go as fast as that. Producers in his ear. Absolutely surprised Liverpool haven't scored. Yeah, they're just a bona fide goal machine, aren't they? Right, what else are we saying? Shadow Ninja want Leighton Orient to go up. Jake, bit of luck for Newcastle there against the run of play. It has to be said, Burnley are more than capable of getting one back as it stands. Thank you, Jake, for the update there. Chris, Bradshaw, can we get 3 in a league game for the first time this season? When was the last time, Chris? Obviously last season, but when exactly was it? Craig Johnson, inventor of the Predator football boot. Useless fact. Unless you're Craig Johnson, Daryl, does he get like a mechanical royalty every time someone buys a Predator? He must be made of money. 2 goals have just thrown in. Pompey 1, Harrogate 0. And we've got a goal in the championship. And it's the magnificent run over for Hull because Reading have taken the lead. Reading 1, Hull 0. And Pompey are leading against Harrogate in the FA Cup as well. All of those League One and League Two sides, well, frankly, every side, they all want to go and play away at Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal or Tottenham in the next game. Want to go to the grounds with the biggest stadiums and get themselves a nice payday after a couple of hard years. Pompey, no different to anyone else. They've taken the lead against Harrogate. We've just gone to Bianca Westwood on Sky. She's telling us it is Andy Carroll again. Another goal for Andy Carroll. Well, I mean, I think most people would agree that if Andy Carroll is anywhere near Andy Carroll's potential, he'll score a ton of goals in the championship. Just can he stay on the pitch and can he be anywhere near his potential? He's putting the goals in though, isn't he? He's just been besieged with injuries, hasn't he? Andy Carroll. Luke Armstrong is the goal scorer for Pompey. Andy Carroll in first half stoppage time. Another goal for him, his second goal for the Royals of Reading. Let's get some comments in on this one. Liam, welcome. He's watching his Euro football today. Dortmund and Bayern and Inter and Roma, some big games there. Harrogate lead, do they? Have I got that the wrong way round? My bad if that's the case. Let's switch that around. Harrogate lead against Pompey. There you go. They'll want the money even more than... but let's be fair. Everyone's skint below... Well, I think even some Premier League teams are skint the amount everybody's spending, aren't they? Sorry, my bad if I got that the wrong way. Pompey 0, Harrogate 1. Other way round. There you go. Be quiet, everyone. Pompey have now scored. Pompey 1, Harrogate 1. An equaliser for Portsmouth. So they have scored. I was just 3 minutes ahead of everybody. And good news for Barnsley. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1. Can Barnsley build on that? Wins have been as rare as hen's teeth for Barnsley this season. Pompey have equalised. Pompey 1, Harrogate 1. And Barnsley have equalised. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1. They need points. And they need points regularly and quickly, Barnsley. Else they are getting left behind. And of course, Reading taking the lead is not good news. This is the thing for Barnsley. Both Reading and Cardiff are winning. So there is a rising tide just above the bottom 3, isn't there? As if it wasn't hard enough for Barnsley to get back. We're just hearing about the goal from Peter Smith on Sky. I assume it's gone in stoppage time. Half time at Ipswich. Ipswich 0, Barrow 0. How about that, everybody? Carlton Morris is the goal scorer for Barnsley. Ellis Harrison, right on cue, a former Ipswich striker, scoring the equaliser there for Pompey. So both Barnsley and Pompey equalising right on half time. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1 in the championship. And Pompey 1, Harrogate 1 in the FA Cup. Hopefully, the ticker is all up to date there. I imagine he's minted. Craig Johnston, yeah, every Sunday League player rushed out and bought a pair. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Shawnee, Andy Carroll, come on, Reading, extend his contract. Yeah, if he's going to... 2 goals in 3, if he's going to keep that up, absolutely. Kieran, shocking how we got the most clean sheets, yet we're so poor defensively. Liam, at least you're still in the FA Cup. Well, there we go. I'm sure the most Ipswich thing possible is to expend the most energy whilst losing. So that would mean a replay up somewhere in the North Sea against Barrow. I'm sure you people who are better at geography than I am will tell me where Barrow is in relation to Fleetwood and Accrington. I think it's even more northwest, isn't it? For goodness sake. Iain, Barnsley have missed Morris. Yeah, they have been injured all season. That's the thing about Barnsley. I can reel them off. 6 or 7 players who are way better than relegation in the Championship. I'm talking Hellick, Anderson, Collins, Britton, Styles, Morris, Benson, Woodrow. They've got good players, Barnsley. But they've just been so bad, haven't they? Jay, Blues have been useless. Terrible performance. Shocking tactics. Birmingham 2 down. Millwall don't lose many, do they? They do not lose many games. Millwall, only 5 defeats for Mill this season. Only the top 3 have lost fewer games than Rowett and Millwall. Yes, he loves a draw, doesn't he? But only the top 3 have lost more games. I think we're able to do a sweep now, aren't we? It's 3:51. I think we're at half-time in most of our games. Let's do it anyway. And if there's anything been delayed badly, we'll have a look at that. So let's flash this up on the other screen. There we go. West Ham 3, Chelsea 2 earlier today. In the 3 p.m.s in the Premier League, Newcastle 1, Burnley 0. That currently has the bottom 3 in the Premier League all tied up too tight on 10 points. There, Southampton 1, Brighton 0. Southampton are moving towards the middle there. Brighton are not in a good run, are they? Wolves 0, Liverpool 0. As one of the members of the chat said, Liverpool have normally scored at least 1 by now, haven't they? Did Liverpool play on Thursday night? Did they? Or was it Wednesday night? It's a quick turn. Did Liverpool play on Thursday? I don't know. That's a very quick turnaround. I'm sure Mr. Klopp will be unhappy with that one. In the FA Cup, Morecambe beat Buxton earlier. Wimbledon 2, Cheltenham 1. Bristol Rovers 0, Sutton 0. Burton 1, Port Vale 0. Cambridge 1, Exeter 1. Carlisle 0, Shrews 1. Donny 1, Mansfield 0. Pray silence, everybody. Ipswich 0. Barrow 0. Leyton Orient 2, Tranmere 0. Lincoln 0. Hartlepool 0. Pompey 1. Harrogate 1. Walsall 1. Swindon 1. Yeovil and Stevenage. 5:30 in the Championship. Last night, Fulham 1. Bournemouth 1. 12:30 today is Cov 1. Baggies 2. Good weekend for West Brom, isn't it? Barnsley 1. Huddersfield 1. Carlton Morris just equalising before half-time there. Blackburn 0. Preston 0 in the Northwest Derby there. Blackpool 0. Luton 1. Sonny Bradley with a goal there. Bristol City 1. Derby 0. Alex Scott. Cardiff 1. Sheffield United 0. Who scored for Cardiff? Mark Harris. There we go. That's why I keep notes. Borough 1. Swans 0. Isaiah Jones. Millwall 2. Birmingham 0. Murray Wallace. And not Jed Wallace for once. And actually, I need to write an M before that. Let's make sure we got that on the page there. Else I'll definitely. And Tom Bradshaw scored. Forest 0. Posh 0. Reading 1. Hull 0. Andy Carroll again in League 1. Stanley 1. Fleetwood 0. Ethan Hamilton scored. And Fleetwood down to 10. Dan Batty, red card. It's going to be a long afternoon for Fleetwood and our good friend Nappers down there in the cold up at Stanley. Sunderland 1. Oxford 1. Top sort of 7 clash there. Sunderland led early in the game to Jaku. Matty Taylor with the equaliser. Right. I'm going to take a break. Keep your comments coming. We'll address all of those. I'm just going to disappear for a comfort break, just for a couple of minutes. Let me just take that Championship 365 logo off there. But I have to go over here before I press the midstream break button. Don't go anywhere. It is the Saturday Superstream. It's halftime. I'm going to see you back in a couple of minutes. Okay, don't go anywhere and fill the chat full of comments. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can, but make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel. like this stream, keep your comments coming. And if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed. And if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture. Over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/BenjaminBloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up, questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Oh, I'm on the go slow. There we go. Slightly too long there. Welcome back to the Saturday Superstream. I can't hear myself. That doesn't help. There we go. Welcome back to the Saturday Superstream. As you see me walking through the door at the end of my mid-stream break. We are looking at all of, well, we're across Premier League, Championship, 2 games in League One, I think 13 in the FA Cup. It is half-time. Please, everybody, usual plugs here. Sorry. Let me, orange juice is in shot as well. Let's get that out of there. Deary me. Took longer than I expected, didn't I? Right, normal plugs. Please hit like if you're watching the stream currently. Hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. You can support financially. Thank you for those people who already have done in this stream via Super Chat and Super Stickers. If you want to be a real star, head over to Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. There are all of your scores. We've done a sweep there, so we can probably do some Q&A, I think, now during half time. So if you've got any questions or any topics you want to come up, second half won't kick off until sort of 3 or 4 minutes past the hour, unless the referees have been particularly efficient with their timings. Any questions? Wayne? Don't worry, Ben. Ipswich will win in the... Do you know what Ipswich will do, Wayne? They'll take the lead, but Barrow will score in like the 87th minute or something ridiculous. Steve, we've been all over Cardiff first half. They're behind Steve's Blades. Cardiff leading 1-0. Mark Harris with the goal. Just on time. Yeah, it could have been a bit embarrassing. Was I still doing up my fly or something when I came in the door? Unbelievable stuff. Hugh, Accrington's goal scorer today is the same guy who missed the deciding penalty against us in the Pizza Cup on Tuesday. That would be Ethan Hamilton, wouldn't it? A vodka and orange. Maybe in my younger days. No, what does it say on here? The Village Press. Shaylee gets one of these with the milk once a week. And I always end up drinking it. Bless her. Sounds like a good deal to me, that, doesn't it? Right, what else have we got in the chat? Just seen on BBC that Adam Lafondra is still banging him. I've interacted with him on Twitter, actually. It's, yeah, very, very decent. Do like Adam Lafondra. Liam, will I do a watch-along for QPR Stoke? Possibly. Someone asked earlier in the stream, and my answer was, we'll see what time I get up tomorrow. And if I can get some of the article I have to write for tribalfootball.com, then, yeah, I think there's a chance we might do indeed. Don't do something about Mary. That would hurt. There you go. Ralph, will Sam Johnston or Ben Brereton Diaz be championship players at the end of Jan? Now, Sam Johnston's contract is up, isn't it? I suspect he will, Ralph. I think he's there for the duration of the season. There's a big link with Tottenham and Sam Johnston, isn't there? Ben Brereton Diaz, I don't know. Has he, don't want to be disparaging, has he been playing well long enough? I know he's been amazing for this first, but basically Ben Brereton Diaz has only been good for about 20 games, hasn't he? He'd been a bit of a flop up until then. So I think they will still be championship players after the end of January, Ralph. I've been wrong before. Matthew, final score prediction for Cardiff Blades. Pass. The information that I'm seem to be getting is that Sheffield United aren't playing terribly, so maybe there is a way back, but they've been fragile this season. So you'd make Cardiff quite strong favourites with that goal lead at half time. Iain, what are my opinions on the Pizza Cup, its direction and long-term aims? I have my own strong opinions on the subject. Tell us those in the comments, Iain. Not many of us take it that seriously until you get a few games from Wembley, don't we? And the fact that you're calling it the Pizza Cup as well maybe means that you don't take it that seriously either. But yeah, it does get a fair share of mockery, the old Pizza Cup, doesn't it? Liam, how many goals will Watford let in today? They've got Man City. They don't do well against Man City. Watford were close against Chelsea, weren't they, in midweek? But maybe Chelsea are having a little bit of a wibbly-wobbly week because they lost to West Ham today. How many goals Watford let in? Over 2, I think. Alex, Saints have been linked with Ben Brereton. Yeah, I suppose they took Armstrong as well. I don't know. I don't know whether I see that, but hey, I've been wrong before. Benjamin, nice as a Watford fan to watch the stream and not be nervous about the scores coming in. You get nervous later, Benjamin, can't you? Alex, what do you think Bournemouth need to bring in to get us over the line at the end of the season? Not a lot, Alex. Squad looks fine, doesn't it? The depth problems were at fullback at the moment, but there's been a lot of injuries there. Dare I say, if they can get a first-choice keeper? I don't know. Is Trevor's the long-term guy there? Some backup for Solanke? Otherwise, there's a very, very good squad, isn't it? Luke, am I doing midweek matches? Pass. I haven't done the schedule yet for this week, so we will figure that out as we go. Hugh, do I reckon Barnsley will stay up? They've got good enough players to do it, but the longer this goes, we're going to be at 25 games in 3-4 weeks' time. And if they're still, I don't know, 9-10 points adrift or whatever it is, then it's going to be very, very, very hard for them, isn't it? It's aimed to shoehorn academy teams into the pyramid. Well, I don't want that happening, Iain, for sure. Looks like we kicked off in the second half. Burton 1, Port Vale 0. I think there was the ball was in the net there and been disallowed. We'll keep doing questions until the first goal occurs. The first goal has just occurred. I'll read Ash's comment there. Chelsea having a wobble, best chance to Leeds to play him, but still probably lose because it's London. Didn't Leeds have a win in London? I'm sure they did. First goal of the second half. Accrington have gone 2-up against Fleetwood. We saw that one coming, didn't we? As we've said, a long afternoon in store for Fleetwood as soon as that red card for Dan Batty occurred. Stanley 2, Fleetwood 0. That one with 10 men. Honestly, do you forgive me for saying that one's done, isn't it? 3 points for Accrington today, I suspect. Colby Bishop. Now, there's a player who you would imagine Accrington will get some bids for in January. Big, powerful, sort of wide forward attacking mid. He's not really a striker, is he? But scores a lot of goals, Colby Bishop, for Accrington. Don't everybody get upset, but obviously the way Accrington play fits in perfectly. Arriving in the box with what they do. Good player. Bishop. Alex, do I think Darby will stay up? No. Too difficult. And God, we've already seen Kelle Roos's agent kicking into gear. There'll be some players leave there in January as well. Steve, we haven't come back from behind this season, but we also haven't had Stuart McCall on the touchline. What a player Stuart McCall was. I know I always say that when his name comes up, but he was a brilliant player, wasn't he? Liam, reckon Bournemouth need a keeper and a centre back. Yeah, maybe in the backup positions. Coyle and Kelly looked very good. Coyle and Cook, looked very good last night. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 1, equalising goal for Mansfield up at Donny in the FA Cup. McSheffrey in temporary charge here for Donny. He was winning. He ain't no more. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 1. I'm sure we've got that on the ticker. Where is it? There it is. We'll give you the goal scorer in a second. Jeff might be able to help us out with that. Right, any more questions in here? Reagan, where do you think Hull will finish this season? Do you think other clubs will come in for key players such as Greaves, Potter and Honeyman, etc.? Love the channel. Hull will probably finish higher than they are at the moment. They're in 21st. A lot depends on the takeover for both of those questions. William Forrester is the goal scorer. Doesn't he play for Bristol City? Is he on loan? Forrester is the goal scorer for Mansfield. Look, I think Hull, providing they're not in any relegation trouble, will be perfectly happy with that. And then it's just all about the takeover. Yes, Reagan is right. Greaves and Lewis Potter and Honeyman, particularly the first two, people will start looking at those. But I think they're going to want to see a season at championship level at least, unless they're really all in. Anybody else here? Stoke, not Bristol City. Thank you, Annie. Yeah, of course. Rangers need a wing back and a midfielder. Would Luke Freeman fit into the current Rangers team? I would say Luke Freeman fit into most teams, but no, he clearly doesn't, does he? Can be a bit of a luxury player, can't he, Luke Freeman? But very good player and underused at the moment. Let's just say. Right, couple of goals in the second half. Everything there ticking along across the bottom. Keep your comments coming. Let me know how your team's getting on, especially if you're watching on a stream or listening on the radio. Keep us up to date. In the Premier League, Newcastle 1, Burnley 0, Saints 1, Brighton 0, Wolves 0, Liverpool 0 in the Cup second round. Wimbledon 2, Cheltenham 1, Bristol Rovers 0, Sutton 0, Burton 1, Port Vale 0, Cambridge 1, Exeter 1, Carlisle 0, Shrews 1. And just as I say that, we're doing the scores. You might have seen Lincoln 0, Hartlepool 1 pop up. A goal for Hartlepool in the 51st minute. And another potential cup upset there could be happening. I know Lincoln haven't been having the best of seasons, but Hartlepool are still of a lower division. Where is that on my screen then? Lincoln 0, Hartlepool 1. Lots of numbers flashing across in front of my face. Let's quickly just do the rest of those current score lines. You can't read that. That's not big enough. There we go. Where did we get down to? Carlisle 0, Shrews 1, Doncaster 1, Mansfield 1, Ipswich 0, Barrow 0, Orient 2, Tranmere 0, Lincoln 0, Hartlepool 1, Pompey 1, Harrogate 1, Walsall 1, Swindon 1. In the Championship, plenty going on there. Only two of the games are still 0-0. Earlier on, it was Coventry 1, West Brom 2, Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 0, Preston 0, Blackpool 0, Luton 2, Bristol City 1, Derby 0, Cardiff 1, Sheffield United 0, Middlesbrough 1, Swansea 0, Millwall 2, Birmingham 0, Forest 0, Peterborough 0, Reading 1, Hull 0. in League One. Just 2 games today. We've got Oxford and Sunderland. That's 1-1. Accrington are 2-0 up against Fleetwood, who are down to 10 men. Did Hartlepool take the lead? That's a moot point. Luton have gone 2-0 up. This is looking very, very good for Luton now. Blackpool 0, Luton 2. Adebayo finally back on the score sheet. Been a little bit guilty of some profligate finishing recently, but Elijah Adebayo makes it 2-0 to Luton at 54 minutes. So a 2-goal cushion with less than 40 minutes to play now for the Hatters. And they're not been in good form, actually, Luton. So neither have Blackpool, to be fair, in recent weeks, talking the last 5-6 games or so. That would do the world of good, Luton. Won't do Blackpool any good. Will it? Come on, you Hatters. I always get this wrong, don't I? He's magic, you know. Elijah Adebayo. I did it, you know. Another goal in the Championship. Oh, it's one in the top 6 as well. Blackburn 1. Preston 0. Blackburn lead. Doing ever so well at the moment, Blackburn. And speaking of people who are doing ever so well, it's an equaliser for Hull. Reading 1, Hull 1. Is the 5th straight win possible? Red card. Sean Morrison red carded for Cardiff. Guess who scored for Blackburn, everybody? I bet you can't. Ben Brereton. Diaz is the goal scorer for Blackburn. Of course he is. Hull have got an equaliser. So quick goals there for Luton, Blackburn and Hull. And a red card for Sean Morrison at Cardiff as well. Cardiff are leading against Sheffield United, but that changes things, doesn't it? Morrison, who I suspect is wearing the armband as well for Cardiff, red carded. Who scored for Hull then? Anyone got it? Who scored for Hull? That goal did stand, didn't it? Let's look it up on the screen here. I have no goal scorer for Hull. If anyone knows who the Hull goal scorer is. There we go. Malik Wilkes is the goal scorer for Hull. They have equalised down at Reading. So quick action in the Championship. Luton went 2-0 up against Blackpool. Adebayo. Blackburn, of course, Ben Brereton. Diaz is the goal scorer for Blackburn, and Malik Wilkes equalises. Wilkes with his 55th attempt for the game, apparently. Let's have a look at the live league table. Red card for Sean Morrison for Cardiff. Does that change the game there? In the Cup, Bristol Rovers 0, Sutton United 1 in the Cup as well. The goals are flying in. We're trying to keep up. Bristol Rovers 0, Sutton United 1. Let's go to the live league table in the Championship. Look at Blackburn. 36 points now. Blackburn are going on to, if they can beat Preston up there in 4th. Impressive stuff. And if they win, the 5-game form for Blackburn is going to be 13 points in 5 games if they win. They are in super form, not to mention their red-hot Chilean up front, banging in the goals for them. Down the bottom there, that's good news for Hull. Puts them back, obviously, above Reading. That's a 6-pointer there next to each other in the table. It's 1-1 Malik Wilkes with the equaliser there. And can Sheffield United now take advantage of that red card? Cardiff City down to 10. Sean Morrison red carded. Worth a big glut of action. We finally got the Hartlepool goal scorer. Lewis Fiorini, own goal. And Will Randall Hurren is the goal scorer for Sutton at Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers 0, Sutton 1. Well, how about that for a goal I didn't expect to see? Accrington 2, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood have got one back and Birmingham have got one back as well. It is absolutely all happening. So Fleetwood is back to 2-1 now. Stanley 2, Fleetwood 1. And Birmingham have also got one back now. Does the momentum swing in either of those games? Maybe less so in the Fleetwood game, being they're only playing with 10. But is it game on at the Den? Millwall 2, Birmingham 1 now. And in League One, Accrington 2, Fleetwood 1. Harrison Biggins is the goal scorer for Fleetwood on 57. We will await the Blues scorer, but Birmingham have got it back to 2-1. Wimbledon 3, Cheltenham 1 in the Cup. Wimbledon 3, Cheltenham 1. Cheltenham led through Alfie May early on in that game. Wimbledon are now 3-1 up and going through to the third round. The Birmingham scorer, you might have heard of him, Troy Deeney. Birmingham have got it back to 2-1. Deeney, the goal scorer for Blues. On 56. Does that swing the momentum? I'm sure we always have lots of Millwall watchers. Let us know. Deeney, come on, the Blues. Alex, Bournemouth Blackburn next week. Doesn't get any easier for Bournemouth. Andy, not sure if you mentioned it before. Thoughts on Darby liquidation rumours? You just got to hope HMRC takes a bit of pity, don't you? But yeah, all terribly worrying. Hopefully they can find some kind of solution that's not the nuclear one. Ayub Assal is the goal scorer again. Oh, Doncaster are behind. Could be is it really a cup set? Doncaster are doing so badly, aren't they? But Mansfield lead now at Donny. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 2. It's Orient 3, Tranmere 0 as well. All kicking off in the FA Cup. Although Leyton Orient look very comfortably off. Looks like they are going through. So Orient 3, Tranmere 0. If I can see that on my screen, there's a million scores flashing up. Mansfield lead also at Doncaster now. I think Doncaster led in that one as well, didn't they? So that one has turned around, bright eyes. Aaron Drinan, another former Ipswich player. We'll always shout him out. Is the goal scorer for Orient. George Lapsley is the goal scorer for Mansfield. Both of those goals on the hour mark. Let's get to your comments. Oh, right. Hugh, that Alfie May is on some form at the moment. Yes, he is. Indeed. Troy needs a second now. Oh, yes. Well, we'll see how that goes. It wouldn't be very Gary Rowett to throw away a 2-0 lead, would it? Is it coming? Am I going to cover the third round draw? Do you know what? I might do, actually. It's always carnage on the third round draw, isn't it? What time is that? 6? Monday night, yeah? 6, 7? I don't know. Darby have had a shot. Woof. Stephen, watching the Borough. How we've kept it 1-0 for this long is concerning me. You sound like a football supporter, Stephen. Bristol Rovers 1. Sutton 1. Bristol Rovers have equalised on 57 there. Sutton had just taken the lead, but Bristol Rovers have got the equaliser. Bristol Rovers 1. Sutton United 1. Aaron Collins, and not long after a red card for Cardiff, they've conceded a goal. It is Cardiff 1, Sheffield United 1, and you'd make the Blades favourite in that one now, wouldn't you? They're playing against 10. They have just equalised. Cardiff 1, Sheffield United 1. Are Birmingham coming back? No, they're not. Millwall 3, Birmingham 1. No, disallowed. Calm. It's been disallowed. We thought it had gone back to a 2-goal lead. Morgan Gibbs-White is the goal scorer for Sheffield United. Birmingham Millwall is still 2-1. The ball in the net, we think, but the goal disallowed. No 2-goal lead again for Millwall. Last time Sky went to the Borough game, McNair cleared it off the line twice. Keep away then. Keep away. Liverpool are missing. Too many chances now. Millwall goal disallowed. Lenny, a Forest goal would be lovely. We are pretty much past the hour mark in all our games now. Robert, nerve shattered, yeah. Tell me about it. Sorry, I just read what comes up on my screen. And sometimes a goal flashes up and then it immediately flashes up disallowed. I think the stats guys just hit goal when the ball hits the net, whatever happens. Oh, please keep your comments coming. Hit like if you're watching the stream, whichever platform you're watching it on. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, all of that good stuff. Hit that subscribe button. Let me give you a live subscriber count. Are we any closer to 20,100? Yeah, we are. 20,063 subscribers. 20,063. The next target is obviously 20,100 subscribers, and then hopefully we can move onward and upwards. And we still need to get the illustrious Shaley to change that to 20,000. All turn around at Bristol Rovers. It was 0-0 at half-time. Sutton took the lead. Bristol Rovers equalised, and now Bristol Rovers have taken the lead. Bristol Rovers 2, Sutton 1 in the Cup. Good fight back there from Bristol Rovers. Beat the goal scorer from that one in just a second. Woof. Sven, Matt Derbyshire with 4 goals today. Who's he playing for then? Somewhere in Europe. Reading have been denied a pretty clear penalty. Bernard on Swift. Interesting. Dan, don't know how Preston haven't scored yet. Well, Dan, they've got to stick that ball in the back of the net, but I know exactly what you mean. Nick Anderton is a good old footballing name. Darren Anderton, who could be an extremely good player on his day when he wasn't injured. Beloved by Glenn Hoddle, the England manager at the time. Darryl, Blades on top now. Is it going to be the comeback for Sheffield United? They went 1 down against Cardiff. Mark Harris with the goal. Red card for Sean Morris and Morgan Gibbs-White. Now with the equaliser, you'd probably make Sheffield United favourites in that one, playing against 10 men. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you like to know? Name that tune. I bet you can't do it. Who can do that one? Any 70s rock fans in the chat will know that one. Should we do let's do a sweep while we're in a mini glut. To be fair, it looks like most games are past the 65-minute mark now. And you know what happens whenever I do a sweep? There's a goal glut. So in the Premier League, Newcastle 1, Burnley 0, Saints 1, Brighton 0, Wolves 0, Liverpool 0. In the Cup, Wimbledon 3, Cheltenham 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Sutton 1, Burton 1, Port Vale 0, Cambridge 1, Exeter 1, Carlisle 0, Shrews 1, Doncaster 1, Mansfield 2, Ipswich 0, Barrow 0. Leyton Orient 3, Tranmere 0, Lincoln 0, Hartlepool 1, Pompey 1, Harrogate 1, Walsall 1, Swindon 1 in the Championship, where we put most of our energy. Coventry 1, Baggies 2. Sorry, that was earlier, wasn't it? Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1, Blackburn 1, Preston 0. Blackburn's very good form continues. Blackpool 0, Luton 2, Bristol City 1, Derby 0, Cardiff 1, Blades 1, Cardiff down to 10, Middlesbrough 1, Swans 0, Millwall 2, Birmingham 1, Forest 0, Posh 0, Reading 1, Hull 1, and in League 1, Stanley 2, Fleetwood 1. Fleetwood down to 10 since about 20, 30 minutes into that one. Sunderland 1, Oxford 1. There we go. We managed to do the sweep with no goals flying in there. Reagan, surprise package of the season for the championship. Blackburn or Coventry looking at the league table. You'd probably give it to Coventry, wouldn't you? Considering they were in a relegation battle about 10 games from the end of last season. Weren't they? Wimbledon 4, Cheltenham 1. Can we stop scoring in that one now, guys? I think that one's all done, isn't it? We've had plenty of updates. Walsall 1, Swindon 2 as well. I wonder if that's Tyrese Simpson again. Walsall 1, Swindon 2. Wimbledon are 4-1 up. In fact, if Ayub Asal scores in that one, he will have a hat-trick. Can he get the hat-trick? I wonder. A couple of quick goals. No. Ollie Palmer, who scored the other one, gets his second. So Wimbledon have now got 2 players on a hat-trick, if you count in. The Swindon goal scorer is Kane Kessler. So Palmer for Wimbledon, that looks done and dusted. They're 4-1 up, looking like they're going into the third round. Swindon are 2-1 up, also looking like they're going into the third round, but a little bit less of a lead for Swindon than there is for Wimbledon. Let's go back to some comments and wait for some goals. Hugh, concentrating on Sunderland game now as they're right behind us in the league, playing their game in hand. Well, and they're not getting a win at the moment. MDLH, 2 shots from Darby. City have 6. Darby holding the ball. Looks like a boring game. There we go. Sandra, Blades hoping for back-to-back wins. Is it coming against 10 men? Matty James on. Backinson off for Bristol City. Going to be an attempt fate here. All Bristol City fans want me to shut up now. Will it be a rare win for Bristol City? Can Bristol City hold on? Like it's my fault if they don't, for goodness sake. We're coming up 70 minutes now in most of our games. I know we hold Liverpool to excessively high standards, but Liverpool have played 70 minutes and haven't scored a goal. This is surprising, isn't it? The old crazy gang spirit shining through. Absolutely. It still exists. Birmingham going for it, says Robert. The Duke is on. What, alongside Hogan and Deeney? Deeney already on the goal scoring charts today. 70 minutes gone. FA Cup draw watch along. You're the second person who's asked, Callum, now, so maybe I do need to do this. What have I got on Monday? Rub my chin, see if I can fit that in. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 3. It's just no fun being Doncaster this season. They're losing League One. They're losing the Cup as well. And it's going to be a Cup set as well. Mansfield, that's the definition of a Cup set, isn't it? You've got to be at least a division down. Doncaster 1, Mansfield 3. 20 to go. All done? You tell me. Mansfield coming from behind. 2 pretty quick goals, actually, as well. It was 1-1 10 minutes ago. It's now 3-1 to Mansfield. We will await the goal scorer for Mansfield. Plenty of games for us to focus on, though, today. This is the Saturday Superstream. We're reacting to all of the 3 p.m. stuff that is going on. Anybody looking for a big cup set? We'll be all over Ipswich 0, Barrow 0. Just waiting for that Barrow goal, aren't they? Oh, dear. I'm stopping the stream if Barrow score. I'm not continuing. I'll just sit here in silence like this, look. Just sit here with my arms folded and you can just put comments. And I'll put the comments up on the screen. Another goal for George Lapsley. Please don't make me do that. Please don't concede a goal, Ipswich, for God's sakes. Forest 1, Peterborough 0. We got a goal in the Championship. It's gone to Steve Cooper and Nottingham Forest. We will await the goal scorer. Peterborough dreadful away from home. 9 defeats in 10. Forest don't win many at the moment, but they're not losing many. Loads of draws for Forest. Our Fleetwood finally cooked. Now, Accrington 3, Fleetwood 1. James Garner on loan from Man United is the goal scorer for Forest. Forest lead 1-0. We'll look at the live championship table in a minute. Looks like it's going to be another bad day on the road for the posh. Peterborough just don't get wins. It's going to be 10 defeats and 11, isn't it? If Peterborough lose that one. We're just waiting for the third goal scorer for Accrington, and it is Liam Coyle. He's put Stanley 3-1 up against 10-man Fleetwood. Right, here comes your live championship league table. Let's get that up on the screen. So Blackburn, going to be a good day for both Blackburn and West Brom. And look, the gap has closed by 2 points. I know it's still a big gap, but I'm stating facts here. The gap has closed by 2 points. Whether you think Blackburn or West Brom are anywhere near Bournemouth or Fulham, the gap has closed. What more can you say? Millwall hanging on 2-1 there. They're only 3 points off the playoffs if that stays as it is. Middlesbrough are winning. Wilder's already got them up into 9th position. Already a championship promotion on the CV for Chris Wilde. A pretty spectacular one at Sheffield United, it has to be said as well. Have a look down the bottom. Not good. Peterborough are losing. So at the moment, we have Reading, Cardiff and Hull all drawing. None of them are winning. And as soon as I say that, we have 2 goals go in at once. It is now Millwall 3, Birmingham 1, and Sheffield United have taken the lead. So one sentence I said, none of Cardiff, Hull and Reading are losing. Cardiff are now losing. Sheffield United have gone 2-1 up. Cardiff went down to 10 men. Then Morgan Gibbs-White equalised. We think the Blades have taken the lead. It could be a third straight win, I think, for the Blades, and a second straight win for Paul Heckingbottom. And I think, are we all done now at the Den? If Ben Brereton Diaz is a predictable goal scorer for Blackburn, guess the Sheffield United goal scorer, everybody. Some fat lad from Sheffield. Billy Sharp has scored on 73. George Evans is the goal scorer for Millwall. Is that both of those games done? You tell me in the chat. Millwall 3, Birmingham 1, Sheffield United 2, or Cardiff 1 rather, Sheffield United 2. Billy Sharp and George Evans are the goal scorers. We're going to go straight back to the live league table. Can you pick out Sheffield United there? Up into 10th as things stand with 3 wins in a row. Is that squad now performing how it frankly should have been since the start of the season? Cardiff are dropping to 21st with that goal for the Blades. Peterborough obviously conceded. We didn't factor in Nottingham Forest, who will be going on to 28 points and into 13th place. In fact, I do think it's all done at Cardiff because Sheffield United have just gone 3-1 up. Bang, bang. 2 quick goals there. Cardiff 1, Blades 3. And they just won't stop scoring at Wimbledon. Our game of the day for goals is at Wimbledon. Wimbledon 4, Cheltenham 2. We'll find out surely the decisive goal now in that game at Cardiff. Who has scored to put Sheffield United 3-1 ahead. We'll get to some of your comments right now. David McGoldrick. How many former Ipswich players have scored today? For God's sake. Oh, dear. I wish a current Ipswich player could score. It's Ipswich 0, Barrow 0. Double for Sheffield United there. 2 goals within the space of 2 or 3 minutes. I think 72 and 75. The goals went in there. Let's go. Do some comments. Infinity. I'm going to bed now. Going to wake up with Cardiff win at home. Tess. Come on, Barnsley. Can they do it? 2 more goals. Billy Sharp will be the highest championship goal scorer of all time. You love to see it. What else have we got here? QPR, if Rangers win tomorrow, close the gap to 5 points and play Bournemouth. He's got his eye on Bournemouth there, Dave, hasn't he? Wells on for Semenyo, back from injury. Game over for Blues. Not good enough today. 3-1. Lee. So Billy of Sharp, greatest championship striker ever. Fact. Lee, you've got to put all day long or it's not even close. Apparently, if you express any football opinion and you put all day long after it, apparently it becomes a fact in the Twitter world. But there you go. I just saw another goal flying in the FA Cup. Burton 1. Port Vale 1. An equaliser for Port Vale. Looks like it's going to be an extra game on the calendar for Burton. Port Vale have equalised. Hello! Reading 1, Hull 2. Unbelievable! Oh, it's been disallowed. That's the second one that's been disallowed for Hull. It's almost like I want this ridiculous 5-game winning streak to happen, isn't it? That's twice I thought Hull have taken the lead and been on for the 5-game streak. Accrington 4, Fleetwood 1. Right, that's done now. Come on. Enough. Colby Bishop, second for him for Accrington on 78. Who scored for Port Vale then? Dennis Politic. Nobody likes politics, do they? Well, he's just scored for Port Vale at Burton. Wow. Right. Any movers in the table after that? Not really. Let's just see what that's going to do for Accrington in League One, because that is pretty definitively a win now at 4-1 with 12 minutes of normal time to go and the opponent down to 10 men, for goodness sake. Even I'm not going to hedge my bets on that one. So here we are in League One. Accrington, you can see, going on to 27 points. They've got quite a bad goal difference, which they've done a fair bit of good to today. Added 3 onto the goal difference. They're going on to 27 points. Oxford and Sunderland are still level. Remember, if Oxford were to score in the remaining minutes of that one and make it 2-1, they would go on to 35 points. Sunderland would obviously drop to 35 points. The two teams would be level. Oxford would go above Sunderland on goal difference. You can see plus 11 plays plus 7. So Oxford, there's a very big goal for them if they can score it. They're in decent form. Andy, you legend. Come on, Darby says another bid for the book. Andy's definitely getting the book, isn't he? The legendary Superstream notebook. It's got lots of formations in it as well. In fact, if you just go over the page, you'll see loads of games in here. Look, that's last night's notes from Fulham and Bournemouth. I'm sure we could find a completely random one as well. Look, there's an Ipswich team in there as well. Show somebody who didn't really like football that and they'd think it's ridiculous. Just lots of blokes' names spaced out in funny orders on a page. There we go. Hull knocking on the door. Are they going to get the 5th straight win? Hugh, I hope Oxford win. Politic. What a surname, hey? Absolutely. Right, somewhere, and this is the great thing about doing this, somewhere there's going to be a late goal and a decisive moment that hasn't happened yet, that in the next 10 minutes is going to happen. Hey, I said Burton were going to have an extra fixture. They might not have an extra fixture because they've gone behind. Burton 1, Port Vale 2. I wonder if Politic can get his second goal. It's Burton 1, Port Vale 2. To be fair to poor old Mr. Politic, I hadn't even put his first goal up there. Sorry. If you do see anything on the ticker that's not quite up to date, I'm trying my best. Let me know politely in the chat and we will get it changed. Come on, everybody. Get behind. Politic for the second goal. We're just waiting to see if it's flashed up yet. Hull with 2 disallowed goal. Barrow freak. Oh, don't talk to me about blooming Ipswich and Barrow. Yes! Dennis Politic has scored twice. I'm here for one thing now. I want a Politic hat trick. He's got 8 minutes of normal time. Come on, everybody. I hadn't heard of Dennis Politic until about 5 minutes ago. But I want this stream to end with a Dennis Politic hat trick. Bring it on, everybody. It's Politic. So childish, isn't it? What a brilliant surname. Leyton Orient 4, Tranmere 0. Come on, everybody collectively, get behind Dennis Politic. I want the hat trick. And then I want him in the 3rd round. I want him going to Anfield or something. Dennis Politic, everybody. Our hero of the round. Who just went 4-0 up? Someone went 4-0 up. Oh, Christ. Wimbledon 4, Cheltenham 3. When are they going to stop scoring? There's another goal just before that I missed. I'm sure I saw some. Did Leyton Orient? Yeah, Orient have gone 4-0 up. Hopefully the ticker is all up to date. Let me just change Leyton Orient there. I'm going to stay on this screen because we've got another goal in the Championship. Forest 2, Peterborough 0. Nottingham Forest are pretty much home and host. They're going into that pack. I mean, they're kind of already there, aren't they? Of teams all separated by about 4 points in the Championship. And Peterborough are going to lose their 10th out of 11 away games. Doncaster 2, Mansfield 3, Carlisle 0, Shrewsbury 2. I can't quite keep up in the FA Cup, but I'm going to try. So Carlisle are 2 down to Shrewsbury now. And Doncaster have just got it back to 3-2. So we've got a 4-3 and a 3-2 in the FA Cup. I wonder if we can get a high-scoring draw. Oh, big goal in the Premier League. Wow. And this is a good one for Norwich and Watford fans. It's Newcastle 1, Burnley 1. Burnley have equalised. That is a very unhelpful draw for both of those sides. For God's sake, Newcastle needed to win that one desperately. What am I doing? I still haven't updated Doncaster and Mansfield. There we go. And now I need to go up here and change that to Newcastle 1, Burnley 1. Woof. So I'm here for 3 things now. I want a Dennis Politic hat trick. I want either Wimbledon and Cheltenham to end 4-4 or Doncaster and Mansfield to end 3-3. Just for sheer excitement. Now, Ryan Yates was the goal scorer. Katie Shanahan is now telling us on Sky, the goal's been disallowed. I'm not going to the live league table. That sounds like a VAR. There was a long hold between that one going up as a goal and being disallowed. So Burnley have not equalised at Newcastle. There is no unhelpful draw at the moment. It is Newcastle 1, Burnley 0. Burnley have not equalised, contrary to what I just said. Cambridge have just scored, though. Cambridge 2, Exeter 1. Looks like Cambridge are going through in the Cup. They've taken the lead at the Abbey in the 87th minute. Cambridge 2, Exeter 1. We were on for a cup set in that one for a wee while. Disallowed offside goal. Worth. The only time the word politic and something good happening will be in the same sentence. Well, there you go. Come on, you Geordie boys. Good news for Newcastle. It is good news for Newcastle. I think everyone's tied up on 10 points, if I'm right. Yeah, here's your live Premier League table. So, yeah, that would have obviously put Burnley on to 11 and Newcastle down to 8, that goal. But offside, disallowed. And Newcastle are still on for that first win. Burnley have only got 1 victory themselves. So, really is snail racing. I know we always say that on the channel. Jay Rodriguez, way offside. Jay Rodriguez was way too good for the Championship, wasn't he, when he was at West Brom? Real good striker. He was. Right. We're pretty much getting on to stoppage time in a lot of our games. Where's my big late goal coming from? I want to yell and scream about something. Or I want Dennis Politic to score a hat-trick for Port Vale. Harvey Nibbs is the goal scorer for Cambridge. Ben Hennigan was an own goal that has made it Wimbledon 4, Cheltenham 3. That was 4-1 to Wimbledon not so long ago. So it'll be a hell of a comeback if Cheltenham can get the equaliser from 4-1 down. These are not massively reliable, but all the clocks there on SofaScore are pretty much over 88, 87 minutes. A couple there, 83, 82. But in the main, we're coming up to stoppage time. Same in the Premier League. Looks like Barnsley and Huddersfield are a little bit behind. Looks like Luton are into the 90th minute and stoppage time. Coming close now. Where are my late goals coming from? Who are going to be the big winners today? Are any of our outcomes going to change in the last minute? There's always a late goal somewhere. Come on. This is the Saturday Superstream. We're watching along with all the 3 p.m. action. Round 21, as it incorrectly said in the title. And we've got loads of FA Cup as well into the bargain. 13 FA Cup games. As an Ipswich fan, sitting here with Ipswich 0-0 against Barrow going into the last minute or stoppage time, I think you all know what my fear is. Is it going to happen? I bloody hope not. Sorry, there's no polite way to do that. I've just gone into the 90th minute at Middlesbrough Swansea. You can see 89 minutes at Wolves versus Liverpool. 4 minutes added time in Luton and Blackpool. Millwall with 4 centre-backs on. That's one way to stop Jutkovic. Well, if we thought Luton were home and hosed, they definitely are now. Blackpool 0, Luton 3. We do have a 90th minute goal of sorts. It's not going to change anything. Luton were already comfortable in that one, but it looks like it's going to be a good away win for the Hatters up at Blackpool today. They've gone 3-0 up. And finally, can we put Fleetwood to bed now? 5-1. Accrington 5, Fleetwood 1. Remember, Fleetwood have played probably over an hour of that game. I don't know the exact time, with 10 men. I hadn't even acknowledged it was 4-1 in the ticker. Hopefully the ticker is right. Jordan Clark, speaking of Accrington, he used to play for Accrington, is the goal scorer for Luton. We're in stoppage time across all our games now. Oh, interesting. The outcome hasn't changed, but Cardiff have a goal back against Sheffield United. Squeaky bum time now for Sheffield United. It's back to 3-2 at Cardiff. Cardiff 2, Sheffield United 3. It says 90 minutes there. I don't know how far into stoppage time we are going. Ethan Hamilton is the scorer of the 5th goal for Accrington. He's got 2 now today. So is Colby Bishop for Accrington. We will await and find out the Cardiff scorer, Mark McGuinness, centre half on loan from Arsenal. I think he's on loan anyway. I don't think he went there full time, did he? Correct me if I'm wrong. He's scored 2 goals now for Steve Morrison. In fact, they're only just ticking over into stoppage time now, just gone into added time at Cardiff. And in the words of Fergie, squeaky bum time now. Poor old Nappers, bless him. Check out his blog. Barrow isn't that fast. Don't talk to me about going to. In some ways, I'd rather see them lose than go up to Barrow. Ipswich are going to play so many games this season. It's the 2nd FA Cup replay already, assuming there's no goal in late on into that game. You'll see my face drop if I see one going in there. Right, full times are starting to come in. Sandra, oh no, hang on time. Well, even if you have got a man advantage, you know for that stoppage time, it's going to be men forward, isn't it? If there's a late goal, can we get a Partridge goal? Of course. Everything I do is in deference to the great Alan Partridge. My commentary idol. That's a joke. Sarcasm, already. 10 minutes stoppage time at Southampton. I don't know what's gone on there. Hopefully no one's been badly injured for there to be 10 minutes stoppage time on. Full times will be starting to come through. There's one. Blackpool 0, Luton 3. Really good win for Luton today in the Championship. They've gone to Blackpool and won. Luton are going to go up to 12th. Blackpool currently dropping down to 15th. They're not in good form, Blackpool, after a really good surge at, well, not the start of the season, but sort of after international break number one. Nottingham Forest have won 2-0 and Reading and Hull have drawn. So unhelpful draw maybe for Reading and Hull, but given that Peterborough are losing, Barnsley are losing and Derby are losing, that's absolutely fine. Lincoln 0, Hartlepool 1 in the Cup is a full time. They're all coming through now. We're in stoppage time in pretty much all of our games. And, Liverpool have won in the 94th minute. Oh, my God. Would you Adam and Eve it? Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. There's your stoppage time goal, everybody. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. They just do it, don't they, Liverpool? I'm guessing Salah's probably scored the goal. Has he been? He scores every week. I don't know, but it looks like Liverpool are getting a late winner there. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. How about that? A 94th minute goal. We've not got any in the Championship. Full time, another win for Chris Wilder. Middlesbrough 1, Swansea 0. That goal, in fact, puts Liverpool, after Chelsea's defeat, top of the league. Mr. Klopp will be a very happy man, and so will the Liverpool fans there. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Very, very late in the day there. Still haven't got the goal scorer. By the way, if anyone knows who scored for Liverpool, do tell us in the chat. Anyone know? Divock Origi. Wow. If I was going to guess, I wouldn't have guessed that. Sunderland 1, Oxford 1. Honours even. I think they're 5th and 7th, aren't they? Possibly in League One. Certainly just either side of that playoff line. Get in. Phew, says Stephen. Millwall 3, Birmingham 1. Full time. Millwall score 3 goals in a game and get a 2-goal win. How about that? Birmingham losing today at the Den. Come on, ref. Blow. Blackburn 1. Preston 0. So impressive from Blackburn now. That is 13 points in the last 5 games for Blackburn. I know we're into a new month, but Tony Mowbray and Grant McCann may be duking out for manager of the month. Bristol City 1, Derby 0, and Cardiff 2, Sheffield United 3 are full times. Lenny, happy with a point. Annie, happy with 3 points. Mackham's like a draw. They love a draw. Oh, have we got a goal at Southampton? Yes, we have. Brighton have equalised in the 98th minute. Oh, my goodness. Southampton 1, Brighton 1. That's probably good news for our dearly departed friends, Norwich, Watford, Brentford, Villa, Leeds, etc. An equalising goal there. A very, very late one. Newcastle have won. That's a full time. Liverpool have won. I think we're going to be able to go through all our scores now. Neil Mopai, Carlisle 1, Shrewsbury 2. Let me just change that. That's a late winner for Shrewsbury. Neil Mopai, 98 minutes. Can't be many later goals than that in the Premier League. I know Dembele scored in the 100th minute for Peterborough in the Championship, didn't he? As usual, the Championship always can do it better than the Premier League. But what are you going to do, hey? What was I just going to update? It was Carlisle 1, Shrewsbury 2. Looks like a late winner. Oh, no, sorry. It was 2-0. So Carlisle actually getting one back. They may be able to snatch a draw. Oh, there's a cup set for you. Portsmouth 1, Harrogate 2. In the 90th minute, Harrogate have scored. How about that? Let's throw that one up on the screen there. Portsmouth 1, Harrogate 2. There's your cup set, everybody. Harrogate are going to win at Pompey in the last minute. Right. Let's try and do a sweep and go through all of these scores in the 3 p.m s. Newcastle 1, Burnley 0, full time. Newcastle win at last. Southampton 1, Brighton 1. We're still going. Neil Mopai has just scored in the 98th minute. Wolves 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool, Origi scoring in the 94th minute in the FA Cup. Lunchtime. Buxton 0, Morecambe 1. Wimbledon 4, Cheltenham 3. Still going. Bristol Rovers 2, Sutton 1. Burton 1. Port Vale 2. Cambridge 2, Exeter 1. Carlisle have just got one back. Carlisle 1, Shrews 2. Doncaster 2, Mansfield 3. Ipswich 0, Barrow 0. They're still going, everybody. Orient 4, Tranmere 0. It's just gone through. Southampton 1, Brighton 1 is a full time. Lincoln 0, Hartlepool 1. Portsmouth 1, Harrogate 2. That might be your cup set for today. Harrogate taking the lead in the 90th minute. Walsall 1, Swindon 2. In the champion, full time, Ipswich 0, Barrow 0, and a replay. So now Ipswich will get drawn away to Liverpool and then lose the replay to Barrow. That's what's going to happen. Right. In the Championship, Coventry 1, West Brom 2 at lunchtime. Barnsley 1, Huddersfield 1. A point for Barnsley. It's something. Blackburn 1, Preston 0. Blackburn's excellent form continues. Big win for Luton. Blackpool 0, Luton 3. Bristol City 1, Derby 0. Bristol City win a home game. Derby get further adrift. Cardiff 2, Sheffield United 3. 2 wins in 2 for Paul Heckingbottom. Middlesbrough 1, Swansea 0. Wilder trending upwards now with Borough. Millwall 3, Birmingham 1. Good win for Rowett and Millwall. They're going up to 8th. Forest 2, Peterborough 0. Forest don't lose many. Peterborough lose all their away games apart from one this season. Reading 1, Hull 1. Take a point, especially given what's gone on around them. Both of those sides, Andy Carroll on the score sheet. Of course, we will be back tomorrow for the review show, talking about all that championship stuff. In League 1, Accrington 5, Fleetwood 1. 10 men for Fleetwood for most of that game. Sunderland 1, Oxford 1. There we go. Any final thoughts from you lot in the chat? Go on, Harrogate. They're the ones. Have they got the win? Mopai, again, he loves a last-minute goal load. Mopai, don't they? Full-time at Oakwell, 1-1. Ipswich, 0-0. Listen to my prophecy. Ipswich will draw one of the big three, Liverpool, Man City or Chelsea, away from home and then lose the replay. There we go. That's what I think is going to happen. But then again, I'm just a cynic, aren't I? Right, tomorrow, come and join me. We'll definitely be live for the review show. I think we might be doing that about 6. So we may do a watch-along, QPR and Stoke. We'll see what's going down tomorrow. I'm going to go and chill out a little bit. Thank you for joining me today in the Superstream. That's the immediate reaction to all of the 3 p.m s. But as I say, join me tomorrow for the proper championship review. Dearly Departed won't be until Monday morning if you want to hear about the Premier League. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your super chats. And it's a lovely big over and out from me. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.